Hello there. Oh my gosh, what's going on?
I should add somebody. There we go.
I'm like, I'm not here. No, really, I am here.
It's safe. We're okay.
What's up, everybody? It's Wes and Andy. Welcome back. It is Random Fandom for the week of May
27th.
2025. It is the 102nd edition of Random Fandom.
Mm-hmm.
The
Josh
new
is in the house.
The new and improved, kind of streamlined, I guess we could call it that.
Mm-hmm. Sean's here too.
What's up, everybody? Nice to see everybody showing up. Glad to have you all along tonight. As always, we start these things with the most somber of messages, and tonight
we got a couple.
will be no different, I'm sure.
Yep.
But we have some other fun things to talk about.
Mm-hmm. Some random things, some weird things. And
did you include the science thing I sent you today?
I did. That's so cool.
We don't often talk about science, but we
bring up the odd science note because
we're going to tonight.
We're slowly entering into the future, right? Like this.
When science fiction becomes science reality.
Yeah, like you've seen stuff like this done on Rick and Morty, but now it's crossing over into the real world.
Yeah, and it potentially in our lifetime too. So that's an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
What else is going on?
Well, Niagara Falls is right around the corner.
Oh my gosh, it's Tuesday night. The show kicks off Friday afternoon. Now I've looked ahead at the schedule, and there's nothing that I like. There's nothing like panel wise that I have to hit on Friday night, but I might. Like, I'm gonna go Friday morning. I want to get there in time.
Get the cursory first walk.
Yes.
The kind of scoping it out to see where you're gonna. Okay, I need to come back here on Saturday, or I need to come back here Sunday.
I'm the type of person though, like,
don't leave it.
I have a hard time.
Me too.
Doing it. Like, I can do a first pass, but if I'm doing a first pass on Friday, then I'm going to do a second pass to decide what I'm buying on Friday.
Yeah.
Because I'll probably buy some stuff on Saturday, and if there's still anything that I'm like, oh, but I really had my heart on that, Sunday I'll go back for that too.
Yeah, because there might be deals, right?
I have decided that this year, as far as loot is concerned, that I'm going to use the opportunity to try and catch up on some of the G.I. Joe classified series that I would like to add to my not original 13 collection, but
it's a collection of the heart.
It's, as I look at it, and I'm like, I said original 13, and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to stick to that. Because there's just characters from my childhood. As I am looking at them right now. If you're wondering why I'm looking off, it's because they're above me. And I've already done it. I've gone out of the original 13, and I think I'm sitting at what? 3, 6, 9, 12, 16, 17, and then Starduster upstairs 18. But there are just certain things that's like, okay, like if I'm gonna do the Cobra leadership, which I'm sitting what? Cobra Commander, Destro, the Baroness, the Crimson Twins, I kind of feel like I gotta have a Zartan. I've got that Major Blood on pre-order, so I feel like I need a Zartan to round that out.
I don't think you'd want to go after the original $200 Zartan now, or Major Blood.
No, and the funny thing is, from what I can tell, it's reused. The new one is pretty much reused. Yeah, I'm quite happy with it. So things like that. I'd like to get a Crimson Guardsman to add between the Crimson Twins.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad. Because I know there's a Crimson Guard and I think a Crimson
Bat. Is there?
There's also a Crimson Bat, yes.
Yeah, Crimson Bat for sure. Just a Crimson Guardsman would be fine for me, and
Mhm.
of course, there's always a few others that I might set my eyes on, but
Well,
never know till you get there.
I'm still waiting on Hasbro to get their ass in gear and do that repaint of Crazy Legs because they released him in the
Oh, so
HasLab
you
in the
mean,
Night Force colors.
yeah, but not
But
regular.
no, he has not come out in his red and gray yet. So
That Starduster I picked up, it's retro card Duke with a new head.
the head looks kind of like Sam Witwer
There is
a
that.
little
There
bit.
is that. Yeah. Actually, I watched a review on that figure the other night, and the guy reviewing it said if you were unhappy with the original Falcon, not Falcon, Flint,
Mm.
and a lot of people didn't like that Flint head, you could use the Starduster head
Hmm.
as a stand in for Flint and squish the beret on that.
Eh,
It might work. It might actually work. But it's no surprise that Starduster is a straight up reuse of Duke because at least one of the 3 known variants of Starduster in the vintage line, I'm pretty sure Duke is at least one of them,
mm.
if not the whole body, a good portion of him.
Well, that goes nicely with some of the other ones, like the Master was it Masterverse? No, not Masterverse. The Classics one, where they use the same base body for Moss Man and Beast Man.
Oh yeah, but again, that is
But
a
again,
hallmark
yeah,
of it's a hallmark of the toy industry.
yeah, reuses,
Repaint, reuse, retool, remold. Looks the same, but not.
resell it.
Everything old is new again,
Yeah.
or old and but repainted.
Mhm. Oh,
But if you think it's new,
it's new to you.
good enough.
Exactly.
Good enough.
Oh, what did Josh find?
Off today, went to an antique store and got 2 G.I. Joe comics.
Ooh, I wonder, are they the 80s Marvel ones
Marvel
or are they
Run,
more recent IDWs?
ID Dubs,
Because like Marvel did a few. They did the core GI Joe series, then they did special missions,
missions.
right?
Yep.
So,
Then European missions.
oh, and he's posted a haul video. There you
Nice.
go. Leatherneck came in the mail. Nice.
Presumably vintage Leatherneck. I haven't looked at that video yet, so.
Well, I know that the Leatherneck recently came out for the classified, so
Oh, nice.
yeah,
That's true. In fact,
I
I saw him today.
I picked him up a while ago. He's nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
But I suppose we should get to our sad news.
Before we get to that, just remind everybody that as always, and I've been slacking on this one.
That's all right.
I've been slacking. I apologize. The phone line is open. So if at any point tonight, if any of the entertainment news that we've talked about or are talking about catches your fancy and you want to have your say, you can call us up.
Nice. Well, there you go. Number 65 and 69, and the 50th
Sweet.
anniversary Leatherneck.
That's very nice. I do like a modern figure. I can't lie. I like modern stuff.
Yup. Well, the comic world lost a large name this week. Writer Peter David has passed away. A friend had restarted a GoFundMe recently to try and help pay for medical expenses after his claim was rejected from Medicaid. But I guess he's been recovering for like 3 years from his ailments.
Sure.
His death was announced Sunday by friend and fellow author Keith R.A. DeCandio.
All right.
He's quoted as saying, "Just got the news that Peter David finally lost his rather lengthy battle with his failing physical form last night. I first met Peter 35 years ago when he appeared on the Chronic Rift Public Access show, and over the last 3.5 decades, he has been a respected creator, a good friend, a valued colleague, and a generally wonderful person." So, he's responsible for a lot in the pop culture world. Like, he had a really long run on the Incredible Hulk back in the 1980s.
Oh yeah,
creating like the version of Hulk the Maestro.
Oh right.
He was also there for that Todd McFarlane run.
Okay.
So, but besides that, he also wrote for Aquaman, Young Justice, Spy Boy, Supergirl, Fallen Angel, Spider-Man 2099, which I know you liked.
Of all the 2099 titles, that's the one I like the most.
Yeah. Also, Captain Marvel and X Factor. He is survived by his wife Kathleen and his daughters Ariel, Shauna, Gwen, and Caroline.
Well, as always, thoughts out to family and friends at this time.
Yes, indeed, sad loss.
Yeah, man.
But his work will live on, right? So.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's going to be forgotten because it is awesome. So, Also, we lost this week Phil Robertson from the Duck Dynasty franchise.
I just can I use your line from the other day when we mentioned this?
Yeah, sure.
And suddenly there was a lot less racism in the world.
A little bit. Yep. Yeah, that's part of what got them kicked off
Off of television?
for a while there.
Yeah.
They're actually coming back. There is a Duck Dynasty revival. He is not in it, unfortunately.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe that was part of the.
Because he just passed like a couple days ago, right?
Sure.
And filming, I guess that was part of it. Like, no, Phil, 'cause
Yeah,
we
yeah,
don't
yeah.
want any more controversy.
I mean, if they could have just stuck to the
Duck calls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind you, it wouldn't have been the same show.
No, it wouldn't. Because like he always offered like, the grandfatherly advice. He always seemed like the wise old man that would rein them all in.
Yeah.
But he started that small duck calling business in northern Louisiana, and it just kept going and going. Duck Commander, right?
Yeah.
But he passed away Sunday. He was 79. So,
man, if I lived to 79,
not bad.
I think I'd be having a good run.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, condolences to his family and friends, and this one just
this one
broke
breaking
today.
within the last few hours, actually.
Rick Derringer has passed away at the age of 77.
Rock and roll, hoochie coo,
Mhm.
rock and roll. Yeah, man, and also I was listening to that today.
Yeah.
Because when you sent that over and said, "Oh my God, Rick Derringer has died," I immediately pulled up Spotify and I'm like, Rick Derringer songs, of course, number one, Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo.
Now was it his solo version?
Yeah.
Or the version he did with Mean Gene Okerlund?
No, that's the original.
Because I love the Mean Gene version.
But on Spotify, top 3 songs for Rick Derringer. Number 1, Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo. What do you think number 2 is?
Real American.
Yeah. Real American.
Hulk Hogan's theme song throughout the 80s and 90s. And
also, Rick Derringer, the voice of "Hang on, Sloopy, Sloopy, hang on."
I did not know that. Yeah. But his longtime friend and caretaker, Tony Wilson, confirmed the news, stating that he had passed away Monday at 8:09 p.m. In Ormond Beach, Florida, surrounded by his wife, Jenda, and Wilson himself. In a statement, he said, "Derringer's legacy extends beyond his music, entertaining fans with his signature energy and talent. His passion leaves a void in the music world, and he will be deeply missed by fans, colleagues, and loved ones."
For sure, man.
No doubt. But yeah, condolences to his family and friends, and again, his music will live on, even if Hogan's kind of ruined it for that one song.
But he didn't do just Hogan's theme. He did
a lot with the WWF.
Yeah, like that first record or the first couple records.
Pile Driver album, the second one too.
Yeah. What was it? The Demolition theme.
Yep.
I think he wrote that one too. Yeah.
The most badass theme that came out of the WWF in the 80s. But that does bring us to our more lightning of the mood segment.
All right, well, let's get to the fun stuff. The first bit of fun should be
Random Fandom Trivia.
Yes, indeed.
I like that stuff.
Question for you.
Okay.
How many characters besides Thor have wielded Mjolnir in the MCU?
In the MCU.
Is it A, 2, B, 3, C, 4, or D, 5?
2, final answer.
2, final answer?
Locking it in at 2.
Locking it in?
Yep.
Fair enough. I guess we should give the sounder, right?
Oh, damn. I'm wrong. Oh, well. Yeah, we'll give the sounder. We'll check back with you in a couple minutes. Here we go.
So jarring.
I know I made a mistake.
That's all good.
I knew as soon as I said it, and I'm like, oh, I know I'm wrong.
Sean's locking it in at C4.
C coming in at 4.
Josh also locking in at C.
Do these guys know something we don't?
I don't know.
All right.
Well, if you did guess C, unfortunately, you are incorrect.
Oh.
It is in fact B.
B.
3 people.
Yeah, I knew I was wrong.
Foster, Captain America, and Vision.
I'd actually forgotten about Jane.
Trying to erase Love and Thunder.
Parts of it. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sean was just
Sean,
guessing.
just
Well,
guessing.
that's a good
Okay,
guess, though.
I mean,
Grand total, there's
you're
4.
close. It's
Yeah.
very close. That clip actually came up in my feed today. The Cap clip,
Cap
and I mean
outfit,
that is, that's probably one of the most badass clips
Oh
in
my
the
God.
MCU. I don't know, man. It's I guess it's Mjolnir. It's broken, but it's still Mjolnir, and
Yeah.
but the Vision going here. We need to go.
Here.
I love that.
Yep.
But then it kind of supports the whole theory about the Tony Stark theory. Like you get into an elevator and the elevator still goes up.
Yep.
So Vision's an elevator.
Oh, Josh says Thor, Captain, Jane, and Vision. It's 4. Yes, but how many besides Thor?
Yes, besides Thor.
Grand total 4.
besides Thor.
Yes, but 3 others have wielded the hammer
Yeah. So B is correct.
on screen. Yeah. We got a message this week on the Voltron page from Bob Koppler.
President of World Events Productions.
Apparently, filming has wrapped for the live action Voltron movie. So we are now headed into post-production
I'm excited about this.
territory.
I'm excited. I don't know if I'm mildly excited or yeah, I don't think I can get more than mildly excited for this. Only because,
Well, once a trailer drops, then it'll really gauge where your excitement will land, right?
like, we don't know anything about it. There's been zero.
Other than Henry Cavill's in it.
Yeah, I haven't seen any leaks.
Luckily, yeah.
So I don't know if we're getting like an adaptation of like Lion Voltron, or if Voltron is going to be
The
like,
Car Force one.
or is it going to be something completely new? Is it going to be just a robot, a giant robot? Is it going to be a singular robot that turns into something else, instead of having, 5?
Well, the message from Bob does read this. Our live action Voltron film has officially wrapped production, and we're thrilled how it went. I've been with the franchise for years and can proudly say that this will be the Voltron experience our fans have been dreaming of. There's been some chatter out there about the plans for the film's launch, and we'd like to assure you when those official plans are set, you will be the first to hear it right here. Stay with us. I promise it'll be worth the wait.
I mean,
That's kind of like a...
if you were the president of a company and you wanted to hype your thing, of course you're going to say something like that. And I'm not trying to suggest that it's anything but what he's saying it is.
Because,
but-
like, in my mind, like, fans already have this image of what they're wanting to see, right? Like, the 5 Lions, Defender of the Universe.
So I'll use the example we have on the screen, Legendary Defender.
Yeah.
The
Netflix cartoon version.
it's not a Netflix
Yeah,
thing.
it's not on Netflix
Not
anymore.
on Netflix anymore. But like, I watched that show. Voltron is instantly recognizable, even though it has been updated for
more
a new audience.
New age
And I was totally fine with it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. So when you say that this is what the fans are expecting, what does he say? Oh, the Voltron experience our fans have been dreaming of.
Yeah.
Fans want Lion Force Voltron.
They
They're
know what
like,
they want.
sure. I mean, there's a few of us out there that kind of nerd out over vehicle Voltron, and I think that there's room for that in the Voltron universe, that they coexist, because they do.
Post-credit scene, that's what it's for.
But yeah, that would be cool. But we all want a Lion Force Voltron movie with the whole team.
Yeah.
We want, Hunk and Pidge and Lance and
The princess and the crazy space aliens.
and are we gonna get a Sven in there too? I don't know. But yeah, that's
a lofty promise to make.
exactly.
But like,
So
if he says, like, if he's been with the franchise for years, I mean, he should have some knowledge of what the fans want.
I think knowing what we know now, especially since since we started doing this, and you sort of get this, and I think that the public in general has a better understanding of like film distribution isn't automatically tied to the company that makes it.
Yeah.
Look at the Acme movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coyote
So
versus Acme, which is, it's finally getting its release
yeah, it is. It
after
is.
being shelved.
So when you say when we're ready, it's like, do you not have a distributor yet?
Could be.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I get a little nervous. I'm like, there's no distributor yet. And then my mind goes immediately to, okay, when the big when you can't secure a distributor for your movie for a theatrical release, guess what?
You're going to a streamer.
Streaming. And then it's like I almost automatically, less and less though, but I'm still in the place where I automatically assign a lesser value to a direct to streaming movie.
That's the whole conditioning of the 80s and 90s where it was direct to video sequels, right?
Oh, yeah, you definitely hit that one. I mean, very few direct to video were
Were superior to their theatrical predecessors.
or live up to.
Yes.
Well, I can think of one example that I thought was fantastic. Lion King 2.5.
Hmm.
2.5 was a direct to video,
Okay.
and it was fantastic.
Fair enough.
But yeah,
Oh, Josh does not have high expectations for it.
I'm going to see this, but I expect it to be garbage. I see. I don't know if I don't know if if I can lower my expectation that much. Certainly, I want to be even measured going into it, so I'm minimizing any disappointment.
I'm looking at this like Power Rangers got the big screen adaptation a couple times.
Yeah.
They should learn from that. Like, take that example because I'm sorry, but the second live action Power Rangers
The
film,
most recent one,
yeah,
I
where
didn't mind it.
but
It took a long time to get them into costume,
did.
but
but I don't know, the Zords just weren't right for me. And Goldar
That's fine.
being instead of a minion, he is this giant melted gold robot. That
it is a little on the nose. Gold,
yeah,
gold dye is made of gold.
because like I mean, at least with the when they were at the height of it in the '90s, that
The two Mighty Morphin movies.
yeah,
Yeah.
those I mean they
The
stuck
two Mighty Morphin
similar
movies, in my mind, looked like high budget versions of
of the
the TV show. Yeah.
I mean, the CG was terrible on the Zords, but they looked like Zords. So
I'm a fan of Henry Cavill, and even the movies that he's been in that haven't done very well, I've enjoyed. So like, I know a lot of people didn't care for Man from Uncle. I thought it was a lot of fun.
and like he is a guy that gets invested in his projects, right? Like
But he's a nerd. He's one of us.
Exactly,
He's one of
exactly.
us. Of course, he's into it.
yeah,
So I would
Power
go and
Rangers
support
was
it for that.
blue.
Blah. I guess so. That's fair.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I did like what's her name's portrayal of Rita. She was a much more vicious Rita than the one on the show.
Yeah.
Um,
I know.
Oh, she's
I can
like
think of her name.
director of the Pitch Perfect franchise.
Yep.
Can't name it, but
Power Rangers movie. Rita Repulsa actor. Elizabeth Banks.
that's it.
There we go. Of course it was.
And the
her.
other thing working against it, I think, was the guy who played the Red Ranger. Because he was
okay.
just coming off a huge role in Stranger Things where he played this psychotic villain. And all of a sudden he's flipped over to be like the heroic.
No,
Red
I'm a
Ranger.
good guy.
It's
Yeah.
like, whoa.
yeah,
I
yeah.
just know what you did there, and it wasn't good. But
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, so I'm assuming we're gonna get more news as it develops on this, but
I hope sooner
I
than
think
later.
it's positive.
Sooner than later. Please.
Mhm. So, like you had mentioned earlier,
science.
we got a little science thingy
Science.
this week.
Okay, this is
Uh,
cool.
It holds huge potential.
I just want to preface this. This is one of those stories where the thing comes up in your Facebook feed and you look at it and you go, "What?" And you're so like, "No," that you actually stop what you're doing and you look it up. Is this true?
Yeah, you got to check in.
And it's like, "Oh, this is true."
Well, apparently, scientists are on the verge of a medical miracle. While bones can regrow themselves, they are working on something that will make it possible to regrow teeth.
I just think that's fantastic. And what that would do for people.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly it won't do much for the dental industry, although it could.
It could.
There could be. What would it be like to have an adult grow an entire new set of teeth from nothing?
It could be weird.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you think about when your baby teeth fall out, and certainly in our family, some of the kids, right, needed braces.
Yeah.
So like, imagine you had your teeth, fell out, or for whatever reason you didn't take care of them, or whatever. And then, I'm a 50-year-old man. I'm regrowing my teeth.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And now I need some, thousands of dollars worth of braces.
Yep. Josh says, "Yeah, I could use that. I had to pull 3 that shattered."
Yeah, not
And
fun.
exactly, like there is 100% a market out there for it.
How many
Um,
sports guys, the
oh,
hockey guys
took
lose
a hit
teeth.
and lost
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Japanese researchers are moving a promising tooth regrowing medicine into human trials. So
So not moving, moved.
yeah,
The trial started in
has it started?
2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're hoping if this trial is successful, that the drug could become available for all forms of toothlessness sometime around 2030.
2030. So
like 5 years away.
in our lifetime, like foreseeable future, this is coming.
Yeah.
As long as it works out.
Yeah. Sean says, sign me up for that.
Buddy, me too.
Yep.
I got a broken one that I was like, could I just have that one pulled and then grow the new one?
Mm-hmm.
Or like all my cavities that have been filled, can I just like knock those out and have some new ones?
Yeah.
I would love that.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully,
Not sure if I would like to sit through the process of the extraction.
I do wonder how long it would take. Would it take like normal growing time, or is it an accelerated growth?
I don't know.
How does it stop?
I don't know.
You end up like one of those things off of. I can't even remember what it was, but I remember there was one where he had a tooth that grew right through.
Oh
Yeah.
no, thank you.
Yep.
No, thank you.
Exactly, Josh. As long as it's not painful.
I can't. I'm sure there'll be some discomfort.
I would assume so. Ripping through
for sure. Yeah, pushing through a new tooth.
Yeah, because that was always the most painful part of it, right? So
yeah, when they break through. But I mean, as a child, your adult teeth are coming on the backside of your baby teeth. So already there's a cavity already there. So
it's not
less time for it to close over, right?
Exactly.
Unlike me, do you have your wisdom teeth?
I got one of them.
I had all 4 of mine pulled, right? So any cavity that was there has long since closed over. So like, and there's another thing. Is this selective that like, oh no, you only get one tooth, or does it regrow all the teeth? Could you imagine that?
Sign me up for an incisor. No,
yeah. That's what I mean.
Like a molar today.
That's what I mean. Like if I did this, or if we did this, does everything come back? So like suddenly I've got 4 wisdom teeth that got to get pulled again. Like there's a lot of questions around this.
Yeah, that's what the trial's for, right?
I think it's very cool though, nonetheless.
So I've added a new thing this week because I thought, you know what? Why not? How about the weekend box office results?
I think that's cool. Let's talk about the
we've
box
got
office.
A new king at the movies this weekend.
I didn't go to the movies this week,
Me
so.
neither. But Lilo and Stitch took
Oh,
number
that's
one.
right. Really?
Yeah, with
145 million?
145,500,000 gross.
Is that global or domestic?
I believe that is global.
Okay, that seems about right.
Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning took the second spot with 63 million.
Whoa. Lilo and Stitch doubled Mission Impossible.
did.
Screw you, Tom Cruise.
Yep.
I want to go see a CGI alien.
It looks so good, though. He looks so faithful to the cartoon. Final Destination: Bloodlines took the third spot with 19,350,000, bringing up its total run so far to 89,482,397.
All right.
Thunderbolts still hanging in there with another 9.1 million, bringing its total up to 171,307,700.
Think about it. Thunderbolts has been out now for what? A month?
I believe so.
Lilo and Stitch made almost that much in a weekend.
One weekend. Yeah. So I believe Lilo and Stitch is going to have a good run.
Oh, talk about box office. This will tie in neatly with the next item. Rust. It's out now.
It is.
You know how much it made?
I do not.
$25,000 in its opening weekend at 100 theaters.
Wow.
So it did not get a wide release. No. $25,000. But as we learned, we're going to talk about this week, aren't we?
Yeah, we are going to talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. I won't talk about it anymore.
But to round out our top 5 here, Sinners took the 5th spot with another 8.63 million. Bringing up its grand total to, get this, 256,431,302.
Are we looking? Is it a horror movie?
It is.
That's good for a horror movie.
Yeah, it's Ryan Coogler, I believe.
Oh yeah, okay,
director,
yeah, of course,
and,
yeah, Michael B. Jordan, yeah.
So like its total so far is outgunning Thunderbolts and Lilo and Stitch.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, charts will change over the course of the week, and
Yeah, yeah.
Josh says I don't care anything about Mission Impossible.
I started
This is like the 8th one, is it not? 7th, 8th, or 9th?
8th.
Okay,
I think so. Yeah.
but
Dead Reckoning was the last one. I think that was 7.
I've fallen off after 2.
I've been slowly rewatching them. In fact, we were on a roll there, and then we flipped. We're watching the Bourne movies again. So
Nice.
I've put Mission Impossible sort of on pause, but I think I'm up to 5. 5, yeah.
I've been rewatching or not rewatching, watching for the first time for me anyway. Insidious.
I couldn't tell you anything about it.
It's different. It's horror movie, but it's got some weird time travel elements and multiverse elements and astral projection. It's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, there's your top 5 at the box office this week.
I like that. I think we should do this all the time.
I think so too, because
Yeah.
it's nice to kind of keep track and like, in the day and age where 145 million is not a smashing success because of financial projections or whatever, I still think it's kind of neat that, that's what it's pulling in.
I'll tell you, the hype train for Mission Impossible has been nothing short of like overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you see the one where Tom Cruise is sitting on the plane on the wing?
The basically poster shot there.
Yeah, and it's like, we'll see you at the movies, and the plane banks off. Like, it's not a.
I saw
Like,
one.
it's a real deal.
I saw one on TikTok. It's just a random guy, and he just starts booking it, and he's running, and he eventually makes it to like the red carpet where Tom Cruise is waiting.
Is he doing the Tom Cruise run?
Yep. Yes, he is.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Like you had mentioned, there is news on the Rust front. The armorer from that film, Hannah Gutierrez Reed.
Helene, what's her name? Hannah Gutierrez Reed. Yeah.
She has been released from prison after serving her sentence for involuntary manslaughter.
Well, she didn't do the full sentence, but
No.
she did her 2/3 or whatever to qualify for.
Yep, she had been sentenced to 18 months behind bars in connection with the death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins.
Yep.
And she was convicted of that involuntary manslaughter because she was responsible for the weapons on set, and she told Alec Baldwin there, the weapon is cold.
Did that come out in the wash that she said that, or because the way I read it was he was told. He was told. It doesn't say who told him, but ultimately it doesn't change anything. Like she was the armor on that movie, so it does kind of fall on her. Yeah. And obviously the courts agreed with that.
Yeah, I mean she was responsible for the ammunition within the prop weapons or whatever, but
I tell you, but that whole incident has sort of like. There's been a bit of a shift in Hollywood over that.
And a good shift too.
Yeah, like the one I think of the most was like immediately the Rookie.
Yes.
The Rookie said, "Okay, no more firearms in our show. All the firearms in the Rookie are no. There's like no blank, no nothing. All the weapon effects are CG now, and it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. I don't have any problem with
anymore.
Yep. Yeah.
But initially, Alec Baldwin had been charged with involuntary manslaughter as well, but his charges got dropped in January 2024. So,
we talked about this before, and I, my thoughts were, I just don't know enough about the film industry to know like where the burden of responsibility, like at what level is that?
Yeah. Because, like,
whose responsibility is that, right?
He claimed he didn't pull the trigger, but I'm sorry. He was holding the weapon. He pulled the trigger.
Listen.
It doesn't fire by itself.
So, they do.
Really?
They do fire. They can. But 99.99999% of those cases, the firearm is damaged. It's defective. Something is wrong with it.
And that should be addressed by an armorer if that is the case, right?
But so the armorer is probably a bad term because she might be an armorer by Hollywood standards, but an armorer, like a gunsmith, those conditions would have to be determined by a gunsmith.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that would be within her scope to determine that.
I would hope it would be if they were using like
But in the scope of the investigation, you would think, like, once that firearm was taken into evidence, that it would be gone over forensically by
100%
a
should be.
gunsmith. And so that, I'm sure that information is out there somewhere, whether we'll ever be privy to it or not.
Yeah.
But my point is, they can, and there have been cases where firearms have spontaneously gone off.
Hmm.
It is possible.
Well, the movie is in theaters now.
I find it
like you said.
interesting that the family of the deceased is encouraging people to go and see it.
Yeah.
Of Helena's Hutchins family.
Yeah. Yeah, her mother Olga Solovey and sister Svetlana Zmenko encourage people to go see it despite what happened. They're quoted as saying, "I watched my daughter's stunning film twice. I was so happy for the success of my daughter because it was filmed so beautifully. I would want everybody to watch it because it was the dream of my daughter, and she would want people to see it."
You know, the sad part is now that is a, first of all, props to her for the amount of forgiveness that woman has in her heart.
Yeah.
At least publicly anyway. And to encourage, I feel sad because I don't think any amount of encouragement is going to,
It's not
I don't think it's going to sway a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, even I look at my own sort of interest in this movie and it's almost sort of like, you know, train wreck kind of interest. Like,
Can't look away.
yeah, like I see it as like an odd, I should see this because it's an oddity in Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
Not because I'm really interested in it. Not that I don't like Westerns, because I do.
Yeah, there's some good
So
ones out there.
I haven't thought of Alec Baldwin though as a bankable star in a long time. Certainly, what was it that he started doing? He was when he moved to TV and did a game show. Oh my God, what was it? This is a very popular game show too. Can't remember what it was.
I cannot recall either.
But he did a game show, and I'm like, oh, okay. And of course he was making jokes about it. He's like, I do this so I can go home at night because I have to keep working because I keep having children.
Dude,
And
there's a real quick fix
making
for
jokes
that.
about it like while he's working, like on the air, which I thought, oh, that's quite funny.
Yeah, if you got enough kids, there's a real quick fix for that. Just head on over to the vasectomy clinic.
Yeah, yeah.
What's Josh saying here?
What? During
Filming.
filming, the filming of what? The Wraith? Oh, so not this movie, but The Wraith. Is that what we're saying? Some camera operators fell off a cliff?
Yeah.
Whew.
I mean, accidents do happen. Like, look at Ruby Rose on the set of Batwoman, like where the scaffolding or whatever hit her in the
Oh,
head
yeah.
and damn near paralyzed her.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you know, there's a lot of accidents that's happened out there. But I mean, the good thing that comes out of them is review of safety regulations and going forward,
Yeah.
more better safety
Yeah.
regulations.
Well, you would hope so.
Yes, exactly.
You would hope so.
Hope going forward, I'm hoping this next one has some safety regulations in place. Oh yeah, Sean, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Crow movie
Crow.
with Brandon Lee. Yeah.
Another firearms related death, preventable death.
Yep. But this one's.
Oh wait. Last point. I just want to say this. No matter how you feel about it, she served her time.
She did.
Good for her.
It's not like it was intentional. It was.
I don't think anybody goes to work thinking I'm gonna be negligent and kill somebody
today.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be completely negligent and not care.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody
No.
had that sort of nonchalance.
They were going to make a movie.
Yeah, nobody was cavalier. Well, maybe some people were cavalier about it, but
yeah,
she served her time. That's all I wanted to
she
say.
did.
Yep.
This next one though, she's going to be serving some time in the hospital.
Uh-oh.
You had hit me this one.
Oh my God. Is this, I don't even know how this is a thing.
Yeah, but apparently OnlyFans.
Will you stop right there? OnlyFans story.
OnlyFans.
Oh boy.
Annie Knight has shared an update from the hospital after she,
From the hospital
after
dude.
she engaged in sex with 583 men in 6 hours.
Lord.
So yeah, she is in hospital now recovering for bleeding. 2 days after completing this challenge where she slept with, I wouldn't call slept.
Just to
Engaged.
just to put that in perspective, over the 6 hours, that works out to be 97.1 men per hour.
Oh,
Oh
Jesus. Like
dear.
this it's got to be like on
Ay,
par with a friggin' factory assembly line.
yeah. The question I have is like
Why?
were these guys like primed and ready to go?
They would
Like
have to be. Like, okay,
over
line up.
6
You're up in
hours?
10.
Man, that's a
Ugh.
long time.
But yeah, she is quoted as saying, "It just sort of gotten to the point now where my body has gone, hey, high cortisol can't function, basically making her endometriosis worse, as well as we know that hormonal
Okay,
imbalances
well
can
that
cause irregular and heavy periods. So
that changes
unfortunately,
things.
that's just what I've been dealing with since. So
So she's already
she's already,
predisposed.
and then just
You know the cure for endometriosis is, right?
no,
Get pregnant.
really,
Yeah, it stops you from shedding the lining of your uterus.
that makes sense.
So,
Josh says, "Ain't no way." Well, mathematically, you can work it out.
I mean,
Whether or not you would want to on is a
maybe it was
completely other thing.
95 in the first hour and 98 in the second hour, but like just on an average.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine.
The why?
No.
Like, I mean, it's not like it was a live stream event going out to the global audience. You got to pay for it. So only a select amount of people are subscribed, I assume.
I bet there's a certain number of people that are becoming aware of this and are specifically going
Going
looking
to look
for it.
just
Yeah.
out of morbid curiosity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But she continued saying, being hospitalized after taking 583 men a day was not on my 2025 bingo card. But like,
Oh, but you did it and you knew what you were doing going into it.
yeah, there's like possibility of not going
This
right.
isn't I'm an actor in porn where they pulled a thing on me and suddenly the directors want me to do this stuff.
It was a challenge
You signed
expected.
up for OnlyFans. You create the content for it. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Was it for your own OnlyFans or for somebody else's OnlyFans? Like,
Either way, I don't know why.
I feel like that's kind of the only gray area where like
Like,
maybe there's some like
I mean, is this going back to like the 97, 98 era where, the more shocking it is, the more oppressed you get?
yeah, I don't know.
Because, like, you look back at Gene Simmons and his bragging rights. Oh, yeah, been with 2,000
Hundreds. Yeah,
women.
yeah.
Or Wilt Chamberlain, I think, was the other one.
Mm. Wilt the stilt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Josh says,
Blah.
but yeah, enough about that. How about we talk some toys?
Oh yeah, man. Let's do it.
And good toys, not
Oh.
OnlyFans toys.
Okay. All right.
So those can stay for another day. But yeah, we got some stuff coming out of McFarlane this week, based on the new upcoming Superman feature.
Yeah, oh yeah. Superman is getting the full treatment.
Oh, it is. We get Baby Kaiju.
Oh, look, he's so
He's
cute.
so adorable.
So this
Before
is
he
like
goes-
not the scene of the movie that they've shown us then.
I don't believe so.
I don't think that there is a mother and a baby. I think it's baby grows into.
I think that might be the case as well. Like, oh, look how adorable he is at the start, and then he's just going to grow and destroy the city.
Because that's not a common trope.
No. Radioactive monster gets bigger.
Yeah.
Also coming out of that film, the deluxe theatrical edition 7-inch scale figure based on Ultraman.
Okay, so I mean, I said this today when I mentioned this to you. I'm like, the only people who are going to be surprised now are people who have no idea who Ultraman is. Like the fact that you've basically Black Noired him.
Yep.
I mean, at least in the The Boys TV show, they've subverted the comic book and it's not a Homelander clone.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
well, this guy was never a clone either, right?
No, but alternate universe.
Yeah, alternate universe version.
So there's a question though whether he might actually be a clone created by Lex Luthor, and it's Superman 4 all over again.
Yeah, but
he's Nuclear Man.
But they've also touched on that in the comics. Like, I don't know how many times now Luthor's cloned Superman, because you got like Superboy and then They just did it again, but
So this might work for this is for the general movie going audience that I've mentioned
mhm,
before that doesn't know about
Forever
superhero
Evil.
stuff. Yeah. I mean, I think at this point, if you had seen any of the marketing and you'd seen sort of the stuff that's out there, the U was already a big giveaway
Yeah.
for us,
Yeah.
for the comic book fans. But like, if there was any like, I don't know, that's gone now.
Yeah.
So is David Cornsweet under the mask?
Could be. Well, I'm assuming stuntman for all
Sure,
the
but when it
interactions, but
that's
for the
coming
big
off, right?
reveal, yeah,
Yeah, what do you think's gonna be there?
I think it could be him.
I think it's gonna be him too.
Josh says, looks
It
like
looks like
Snake
Snake
Eyes.
Eyes. Yeah,
Yeah,
Commando Snake Eyes.
exactly. But if it is in fact him under there and it's not a clone, does that mean we're going to get like Superwoman and Owlman and all the
But why
rest
not?
of the
Why
Forever
not?
Evil Justice League?
Why not?
Yeah. I mean, why not just go for it and bring him right in?
I don't see why we wouldn't. And I mean, this is a James Gunn movie,
Hmm.
and he's already tackled cosmic stuff.
Yep, Starro.
Well, no, I'm like Guardians.
Oh yeah.
Right? So, like, just knowing, like, his pedigree and the things that he's already done, I could totally see him leaning into that and wanting to do more stuff in the cosmic sense in the DCU.
Hmm. This next one, also McFarlane, still based on the Superman movie. This one I don't know about yet. Baby Joey. And I don't know if this is like supposed to be a cute
Hmm,
little baby version of Brainiac or
that's a good
I'm gonna have
question.
to wait and see. But
The disproportionate limbs and the pointed ears certainly say alien.
100%, yeah,
Joey.
Baby Joey,
Baby Joey.
and that's trademarked.
Is
We
this a new original movie character then?
It could well be,
All right. All right.
yeah.
I mean, if any of you guys out there know who this character is or will grow up to be,
Hmm.
you can let us know.
Oh, Josh does not like this one. Looks like
Looks
live.
like live poop.
Well, he does not have the best complexion going for him, but
No, it's
um,
kind of brownish greenish.
yeah, he's got a little onesie on. But this next one does look good. It is the deluxe theatrical edition of Lex Luthor. You
So
know what? He looks like a
he does look
friggin'
cool.
evil mastermind here.
Has Nicholas Holt done a villain before?
If he has, I'm not aware because like most of he did the Beast for
Sure, yeah,
First
he's
Class,
been
right?
mostly kind of good.
Hmm. And I questioned whether he could pull off evil, but if like if he pulls this off in the film, whew, nice.
Spin Master has also got a DC license, and they've been doing
They've been pumping them out.
so. Spoiler: there is a version of Lex Luthor that will be in the movie with a green armored suit.
That is awesome because that power suit goes back to the 80s
Yeah,
comics.
man.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
So I'm excited about that. Also, it's Superman, and how can you not like Superman?
Of course not. And this next one might be right up your alley. It is the New 52 Superman.
Wait, how did I miss this one?
I don't know. It
When
just
did this
announced.
when did this come out?
Just announced today, coming
Oh, well, there you
soon
go.
to Target. So I don't know where we're going to see it up here, but
I feel like I'm in the minority.
this
I
is a
liked the
good
new.
looking Superman.
I like the new 52.
It appears he's got a cloth cape and good posability, but as far as like head sculpt and everything, this is a good looking Superman.
It is a good looking Superman.
And that is comparative to this next one,
Yep.
which I am admittedly behind on the lore for this one.
Okay.
The Strange Lives of Superman, Marvel Collector or
Marvel.
Marvel.
Whoa.
Wrong one.
Roll Freudian slip.
Yep. McFarlane Collector Edition, number 39. And he comes with a
Whoa.
bunch of different heads. So he's got like a Brainiac head and a Lion head and
what appears to be
pissed off, angry head.
it almost looks like what if the Fleischer Superman was live action?
It could be, yeah.
But that's not I mean, the Fleischer Superman wore like the traditional, like the classic.
Yeah. Yeah. Josh says,
Yeah, I don't know anything about this.
that's neat. I saw Batman with a pistol today. Follows that up with Batman didn't use guns. Actually, he
Thomas
did
Wayne
use,
Batman used guns.
Batman did use guns for the first issue.
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah.
said, no, we're not going to do that. Yeah, basically that top one. Superman
Stung by bees.
It could be.
And his hair fell out.
Yep. They were cancerous bees. But I'm not sold on this one personally, but I'm sure somebody who is a fan of the Strange Lives of Superman is all over this.
Yeah, this is definitely not for me.
Yeah. One more from McFarlane here. From the Justice League of America, Hawkgirl.
Oh, that's a pretty good looking.
She's a good looking figure.
I wish I had a better shot of the wings.
Mm-hmm.
Are the wings articulated at all? Besides
I hope there's a little bit of bend or something to
at least one hinge.
Yeah, that way, when she's standing, she can not be full flight.
Hard to see in that picture, but it almost looks like there's a hinge.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming we're going to get more photography from McFarlane in the coming weeks.
I hope so.
So we will revisit this one if it comes back up. Oh, there you go. Kryptonian bees.
Kryptonian bees.
Nice. But moving over to Super...
You've heard of killer bees, right? They got nothing on Kryptonian
Oh,
bees.
They're all powered by the sun. Moving over to Super 7, we got a blind box thing of Reaction Universal Monster.
Blind BS.
Now, the figures themselves aren't bad looking, but again, they're
Well,
reaction.
they're reaction, so you know what you're getting.
Yeah, 5 POA, and but they are black and white, as the Universal films were black and white. Available in individual boxes or a flat of 12, exclusively at Walmart.com.
So wait, there's 5 in the assortment?
Yep.
And they come in 12.
Yep. So you're getting duplicates.
Somebody's getting, what, 3?
3 of each, maybe?
If it comes in a flat of 12 and there's 5, so...
Should theoretically
somebody's
get
getting
2 of each.
2 of each, so somebody's getting 3.
Yeah.
Who do you think are the two that get 3?
I'm going to guess Bride of Frankenstein and The Mummy. Only because those are the ones that I would not want 3 of.
So the question is, do you
purchase the whole flat?
Who is the most desirable though? Like, are they all
asking,
equally
right?
desirable?
Well, not for me. Like
when you said Bride of Frankenstein, I immediately went, then you make Frankenstein the other one, right?
That would make sense.
Him and her.
Yeah, that would actually make
sense.
Right?
Like, Mummy's not a bad choice though. Yeah. I'm curious. I'll probably never know.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal, but this kind of stuff always interests me. You've got an even number of figures in your wave, in your assortment, but you've got an odd number of characters.
Yeah.
Pass. Solid pass.
Well,
I'll pass on them because they'll probably be $22 or more.
Easily. And yeah, I'm not doing that.
That's a $9.99 figure. It's got no paint. It's $9.99.
But it's gray paint. What if they like blackwashed it just to give him texture?
Oh, so there might be some paint on it.
Maybe.
Is there yellow in the Lagoon's eyes?
I don't believe so. I think it's just white.
Okay.
Just to stick with the whole black and white film theme. But anyway.
Yeah, it would make sense.
We got a couple more here from Super 7. Jumping over to the Thundercats Ultimates.
Dun, 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 dun.
We're finally getting Wily Kit.
Kit. Wily Kit.
Wily Kit comes with interchangeable heads and hands, a hoverboard, flight stand, and 2 lassos. So, yeah, there's that one.
That's a pretty faithful.
It is. And, I mean, really, you can't have Wily Kit without Wily Cat.
Oh, well, of course,
so,
that would make sense.
How about a Wily Cat? Also, interchangeable heads and hands, a hoverboard, flight stand, and a pair of lariats. So
it's easy to forget that they're the same age as Lion-O. Yeah.
I missed that detail.
Yeah, man. When they leave Third Earth, they're all in stasis.
Okay.
In stasis pods. So Lion-O goes into the stasis pod. He's the same age as the kittens. But Lion-O's pod malfunctions, and so he grows during the space journey. Jaga gets them to Third Earth. He dies on the trip. That's how they got there, right? So, yeah.
Josh says, I want a
I
hoverboard.
want a hoverboard.
Everyone does. We're well past 2015 now. They should have been invented.
Hoverboard that doesn't have wheels.
Exactly. That's a wheel board, not a goddamn hoverboard.
That's a plank.
That's right. But that does bring us to the end of our toy segment this evening.
Whoa, man, that was rather short, wasn't it?
It was.
All right,
Nothing
well
from
then.
Hasbro this week.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Where are we at? That's where we're at. That's not the right one.
It's time.
That's the one. Let's do it.
Lyrics. It's misheard lyrics. Lyrics. It's misheard lyrics. Tonight.
Alrighty then. Misheard lyrics. Once again, this week's misheard lyric comes from an audience submission. So that should be fun. As always, we're going to play. We're not going to play you. We are going to show you a misheard lyric, and we would like for you to tell us the correct song title.
Mm-hmm.
Anything outside of that, band, record, whatever, is extra. It's bonus. Song title is what we're looking for.
Yep.
All right.
So this week's misheard lyric is Let's Pee in the Corner. Let's pee in the spotlight.
As always, the blurred image in the background is a clue to this week's misheard lyric. I'll play the 30-second sounder and give you some time to ring in with your answers, and we'll check back after that.
Still jarring.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a few seconds because of the delay between streaming and the platforms.
Oh, Sean has.
All right, our first
no clue.
answer has come in, and it's no clue.
Fair enough.
Wow, I'm surprised. Nobody has a guess tonight.
Hmm.
Well, that's okay. Sometimes,
Sometimes it's good to
you
stumble.
can't get them all, I guess.
Yep. Well, the actual lyric is actually That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight.
Yeah, man.
Losing my
Famous REM song. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like this.
That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight.
Losing my religion.
Trying to keep a view.
Well done, man.
But yeah, Losing My Religion, song by American alternative rock band REM, released February 19th, 1991 by Warner Brothers as the first single off their 7th album, Out of Time. It developed apparently from a mandolin riff improvised by guitarist Peter Buck, and the lyrics were written by singer Michael Stipe concerning disillusionment and unrequited love.
Nice.
Yeah, it's their highest charting hit in the United States, reaching number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Oh, wow.
Did wonders for their popularity. And the music video, directed by Tarsum Singh, features a whole bunch of religious imagery, which kind of makes sense. It was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame back in 2017, and Rolling Stone ranked it at number 112 in its 2024 list of 500 greatest songs of all time.
I just love that. 2024 list of 500 greatest songs of all time.
Yeah, which we'll get
in 2024.
Because there could be something good in 2025, right? But,
oh, man.
Yeah, in 2020,
Wouldn't the song list just get longer?
You would think so.
Yeah, if you put something in the, I guess so, but if you're only talking 500, I guess those other greatest songs of all time still are the greatest songs of all time. They just don't rank in the top 500.
Well, it all depends on what they're using as a ranking system, right? Like, are they going by YouTube views or, records sold? I mean, you can change it to whatever.
Well, I mean, if we're going by YouTube views, then Baby Shark would be in there.
Oh, it would be.
You know what I mean? So
sadly.
Yeah.
But in 2020, Losing My Religion became the first REM video to reach 1 billion views on YouTube.
Wow. A billion views on YouTube is a big deal.
It is.
It's a big deal. I'd be happy if we could,
crack 1,000. Well, I mean,
we have a
your
couple
weapons
videos.
have
We
cracked.
do have a couple of videos that are in the thousands, but
Yeah,
nothing that's
but
like
nothing
hundreds
that
of
we
thousands.
haven't
No,
gone viral yet.
no, no. We have like I think we have one or two videos that are in the tens of thousands, but
Yeah, I believe
like
they're on the Weapons of Star Wars playlist.
a couple of them are in the and then I think our most watched video is actually no surprise another Star Wars video.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's our Imperial Ranks video.
Could be.
I haven't looked at it in a while, to be honest. And now my curiosity is picked. So
Mhm. Josh saying, I thought it was funny, so I
videos
submitted it. Thanks for using it. Well, thanks for sending it in.
popular. Yeah, the mess that is Imperial Ranks is sitting at 13,000, and then the next one after that is Weapons of Star Wars, the West Star 35 at 10,000.
Nice.
Yeah, so good for us.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, wait, what's the date today?
May 27th.
I need to know something. I need to know.
You need to know if it's cleared yet.
I do.
It would be nice if it was back. But for us here, I will move on to the next one.
What?
Is it there? Oh, it's there.
It was always there.
Well, yeah, but now it's back.
Okay,
is it
that's
back?
good. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't want to play any volume through this, but
there you go.
I believe it's public again.
Hmm.
That's
That'd be
funny.
sweet.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what's this though? Josh says, got a notification on the HasLab Rattler today.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm. They're
That's exciting.
talking late June arrival. That's not too far
That's
off.
just around the corner. That's cool.
Oh, but he'll be at Joe Fest. Well, hopefully they don't just leave it on your porch in the rain. So I would hate to invest in something like that. and-
No, yeah.
Oh yeah, we
big
just left it
ticket
on your
item.
porch.
Yeah. No, thank you.
But yeah, HBO Harry Potter TV series that's coming. They have found their Harry, Hermione, and Ron.
Okay.
So they announced the cast, I believe today, and we've got new kids coming in. Dominic McLaughlin will be in
Yep.
the role of Harry Potter. Arabella Stanton as
Yep.
Hermione Granger, and Alistair Stout as Ron Weasley.
I don't think there was any doubt as to who Ron was in this
Yeah,
picture.
They kept a ginger.
Know who the girl is. Know who the redhead is.
Yep.
That means by process of elimination, the other kid must be Harry.
I don't know what that one is, but we're not putting it up.
Oh, you can just ban that one. There you go. Just block. There you go. Gone.
Oh, Josh wishes we could come to Joe Fest. It would be fun.
There was some discussion about it. I have been asked by some other YouTuber friends if I would go, and I would love to go and be part of the Canadian contingent.
Mhm.
I just my budget is blown because of Niagara Falls Comic Con, and even if it wasn't, in light of the current political climate, I refuse to enter the United States on principle. So
Yeah, I don't need you ending up in Ecuador.
no. Seriously, man.
Yep.
I went down to America and suddenly disappeared. No. Yeah, on principle,
Yeah.
it's not something I can do right
I
now,
mean,
which
plus
is
we-
unfortunate because I do have friends in the States that I would like to see again at some point.
But as far as budget goes, like we also have that other one coming up in July.
RonCon!
Oh, no, I'm thinking a little bit weirder.
Oh my God,
It's coming
weird.
soon.
We're going to see Weird Al, aren't
Yes, we
I
are.
forgot about that.
But back to here. Casting directors Lucy Bevan and Emily Brockman were delighted to announce this, and they're quoted as saying, "The talent of these three unique actors is wonderful to behold, and we cannot wait for the world to witness their magic together on screen. We would like to thank all the tens of thousands of children who auditioned. It's been a real pleasure to discover the plethora of young talent out there." Tens of thousands of kids went out to try and be Harry Potter. You
I
can't
mean,
blame them.
No, of course not.
Like that could be like a life-changing dream come true.
Which means tens of thousands of mom and dadagers
Oh,
pimped their kids out.
yep.
Make me some money.
Go make me another Harry Potter millionaire.
Exactly.
But the rest of the cast that we've also got first looks at includes John Lithgow.
I knew that.
Who is playing Albus Dumbledore.
I knew that.
Nick Frost is coming in as Hagrid.
I think that's kind of an interesting choice. A good one, though.
A good one, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, Josh got to run. No worries. Have a
Ciao,
good
man.
one.
See you later.
Be safe. Yeah. We've also got Papa Assidio, who is going
Not
to be
sure.
playing Severus Snape. Janet McTeer is going to be Minerva McGonagall.
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 I don't know the character, but Luke Fallon will be Quinerius Quirrell, and Paul Whitehouse as Argus Filch.
I have to be 100% honest. I'm not a Potter fan, so I don't know.
I never finished the series. I stopped out after the Order of the Phoenix.
Kim's been rewatching them again, so she's up to date on who's who in the zoo, but
I
not
wouldn't
me.
mind watching them just to
Not
finish
me.
it out.
Wait a minute. Our next news item, are you telling me that's true?
I'm telling you it's true. and
Because
it's-
last night it wasn't.
Well, that's the thing. I guess we will just fully.
Let's just go right
jump
into
right
that
into
one,
this.
shall we? Because that one I'm really interested
The
in.
Fall of Grayskull 2 has been successfully funded.
This is at the new reduced.
The new reduced rate, yes.
Because they were originally, what do they want? 81,000?
81,000.
Okay, so they just made
they squeaked over the line with an extra $2,000.
So not going to be a feature length.
No,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought there was the lower budget reflected the length of the
Could
project.
be. I mean, it does read Rise of the Horde is a short fan film sequel to the previous one that they did.
Well, there you go, short film.
So, I mean, you could be looking at a half-hour film here, right?
You know, I think of the first one, short fan film, 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had 5% left to go with only hours to go, and they got across the line at 83,668 Canadian, which is $2,000 past the goal. So
Good for them.
you know it's going to happen.
I think they were pretty ambitious. So the first time around at what, like 300 or
Something
something?
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, of course you put that out as a stretch goal. If for some miraculous reason we get there, we'll do the whole thing that we planned on doing.
Yeah.
But something is coming.
Yes. And based on the trailer, like the concept trailer they did up,
Yeah.
it's going to be good.
We've mentioned this before. If you haven't seen the original Fall of Grayskull fan
Do
film,
yourself a
it's
favor.
so fun.
Go watch it.
Yeah. And if you're a fan of Masters of the Universe classics, you may or may not recognize somebody in it.
Mm-hmm.
A couple somebodies.
Yeah. How about a history lesson?
Okay. I like history.
Well, on this day in 1911, Vincent Price was born.
I was going to say I wasn't born yet.
No, but Vincent Price was.
Yeah.
Yeah, American actor, mostly known for his work in the horror film genre and mostly portraying villains. Appeared on stage, television, and radio, more than 100 films, and he has 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Wait,
One for motion pictures and one
Oh.
for television.
no way.
Yeah.
Darkness falls across the land.
Oh, hilarious House of Frightenstein. So good. But his first role was as leading man in the 1938 comedy Service Deluxe,
In a comedy.
in a comedy of all things.
You know, I think he would be a good comedic
Oh,
actor.
for sure.
Yeah.
But he really established himself in the horror genre with roles in House of Wax, The Fly, House on Haunted Hill, Return of the Fly, The Tingler, Last Man on Earth, Witchfinder, General, The Abominable Dr. Phoebes, and Theater of Blood. He was also Egghead, sorry, in the Batman
In the
TV
66
show.
Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, his final film was Tim Burton's Edward Scissorhands back in 1990.
Was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And for his contributions to cinema, he received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films.
Cool.
Yeah. Also, did the narration in the song for Michael Jackson's Thriller. And he's won, or nominated, I should say, for Grammy Awards for Best Spoken Word Album.
Yeah.
And he's got a bunch of those out there. So seek those out if you're a fan at all, because they're awesome.
Nice.
Skipping ahead to 1922, Sir Christopher Lee was born.
No way.
Count Dooku himself.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. English actor and singer. I did not know that. his career spanned more than 60 years. He became known as an actor with a deep and commanding voice, which is why Saruman commanded legions.
Of course he did.
But he was often portraying villains in horror franchises.
Yep.
He was knighted for his services to drama and charity in 2009 and received the BAFTA Fellowship in 2011 and the BFI Fellowship in 2013.
Nice.
Yeah, gained fame playing Count Dracula in 7 Hammer horror films. Other roles included Francisco Scaramanga,
Scaramanga,
in,
yeah.
James Bond's The Man with the Golden Gun, Count Dooku in Star Wars, Saruman in Lord of the Rings, and The Hobbit. And yeah, I mean, he's the, I think he was the last guy alive, or was alive to see the last beheading. When they did
Really?
the final, guillotine chop.
What, in the UK?
Yeah,
I don't know if that's something I want to be present for.
well, he was.
Saruman appears in War of the Rohirrim.
Does he?
And I'm
God damn it, I gotta watch that.
pretty sure it's archival voice. Yeah.
That's okay. Jumping ahead again, 1933, The Three Little Pigs was released. Walt Disney's Silly Symphony of the Three Little Pigs released on this day. It cost $22,000 to make it, but it made $250,000.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
nice return on investment.
Nothing
and,
like 10 times your budget.
mhm, won 1934 Academy Award for Best Animated Short Film. And the song Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf, written by Frank Churchill, was a huge hit and was often used as the anthem against the Great Depression and the statement against Adolf Hitler.
Mm.
And the names of the characters are Fiddler Pig, Pfeiffer Pig, and Practical Pig, with Zeke Midas Wolf.
Which house do you think Practical Pig made?
Probably the concrete one.
The brick one?
The brick, yeah.
Yeah.
I go back to the Green Jello video.
Green Jello.
Have you never heard that one? They do a
No.
claymation retelling of the Three Little Pigs. And
Okay.
the first one, he builds his house out of straw. Second one, he builds his house out of sticks and garbage because he's
Yep.
a hippie.
Yeah.
And the third one's an architect, so he builds a
Concrete.
concrete house. And when the wolf comes knocking there, they dial up 911 and they send out Rambo.
That's
hilarious.
hilarious. That's funny.
But, on this day in 1988, Killer Clowns from Outer Space was released in
Oh
theaters.
boy.
Yeah.
There's a classic for you.
100%. American science fiction comedy horror film produced by the Chiodo Brothers, who also created the practical effects and makeup for it, with Steven directing from a script he co-wrote with Charles. It is the only film written or directed by any of the Chiodos, and it features an ensemble cast starring Grant Kramer, Susan Snyder, John Allen Nelson, and John Vernon.
I don't recognize any names.
That's all good. It concerns evil extraterrestrial aliens that resemble clowns arriving on Earth and invading a small town in order to capture, kill, and harvest the human inhabitants for sustenance.
No way.
Yeah, turn them into cotton candy and then suck the blood out. But it was filmed in Watsonville, California, and the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. And it uses practical effects, including creature suits, which were recycled into Ernest Scared Stupid for a couple
Oh,
of
no
the
way.
trolls. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
The score was composed by John Massari, and it received generally positive reviews and has now been considered a cult classic, which, yes, it is.
All right.
There's also a soundtrack available now for it, as well as a video game that just came out last year, I believe.
Oh boy.
I mean, they're trying to do
Mobile
sequels.
game or
No, full on.
console game?
I think so.
Okay.
And they're doing updates because I know Elvira is now an unlockable character in it.
Oh wow.
So, yeah. But there you go. That's our history lesson this week.
Nice, man.
And like we said at the top of the hour, Niagara Falls Comic-Con is like right
I
on the
mean, in
edge.
case you forgot.
Yep. So they've actually released a bingo card on the Facebook page, so you could go in and
I feel like they do this every year.
yeah, I believe so. But it's fun stuff like, buy from a vendor or meet a celeb, take a selfie with a Iron Man or something.
I mean, I can tell you right now, like if I look at is there any way that I can actually get a bingo on this one?
I think you might be able to.
Okay, so let's see. If I go down the B's, I'm not getting one because I won't be submitting anything for CGC.
No. But you will probably get a celeb autograph.
So there, yeah,
Like
I can
it,
get the
like it.
get that one. Drink an icy, I could do that.
Mhm.
Play in an escape room, I could do that. Get sorted into a house, I could do that. And get a what? Get a celeb photo op. Nope, I miss out on that one.
Photo op?
No photo ops for me.
Well, you might end up with a photo anyway.
But that's not a photo op.
No,
That's not like the paid photo
that's
op.
not the lineup and herd them through one.
Dress and cosplay, not this year. Sorry. Take a selfie with Thor. I hope there's a Thor walking around the show floor.
There will be.
And then
At least one.
the center square is wild.
Mhm.
And then what we got? Meet an artist, and then read a comic book. Yeah, I could do those.
Mhm.
Photo with the Mystery Machine. Yeah. Meet all 4 Ninja Turtles. No, can't do that.
Actually, you might be able to if the Buffalo Ninja Turtles are there.
Maybe
Because they usually just wander around, right?
there is a Ninja Turtle thing. I think Ernie is it this?
Ernie Reyes?
Yeah, Ernie Reyes Jr.
Ooh.
It's either this one or is it Fan Expo? Too many conventions that I've been looking at. I'm like starting to mix up guests. I'm not sure.
It's all good.
Not sure. I'm kind of curious, like if there's going to be a 90210 panel, if like
Maybe.
I might actually go to that, just out of like sheer like nostalgia.
Now, do you think the people that are going to the Ian Ziering stuff, are they going for 90210 or are they going for Sharknado? Finn Shepard.
I'm sure you're going to get some Sharknado fans in there,
More than
100%.
Yeah.
But if they do it as a 90210 panel, like that'll be a sort of a
That's a draw for itself.
yeah.
Yeah. There's been another lawsuit filed in the effort to block the new Superman film.
I was reading this and I'm like, is this not the exact same thing that we talked about before?
It is, but they've refiled it so they can get it back into the courts again.
But if it's already been dismissed,
They're throwing shit at the wall at this point to see if they can get it done. The estate of Superman creator Joseph Schuster is claiming again continued copyright infringement, citing that the thing that was in place expired after 25 years post mortem.
yeah.
And that's where they're trying to get in here. But they've basically refiled the same one that they did.
I feel like this is the exact same lawsuit that came
Yeah.
up the last time.
Yeah, and they've refiled it in New York State Court this time with a request to block Warner Brothers from exploiting Superman in the United Kingdom, Ireland, Canada, and Australia. I don't know how you call it exploiting. When
Yeah, I don't know.
they're just making the movie and distributing, but yeah, they claim that Warner Brothers Discovery has been ordered by the New York Supreme Court to submit opposition papers by Friday, May 23rd, for a court appearance set for June 4th, to explain why the injunction blocking the release of Superman shouldn't be granted. But you know, they're going up against
Yeah.
corporate lawyers at this point, so they're seeking damages and injunctive relief for ongoing infringement, but just in the countries mentioned.
Sure.
Yeah, but
You know what would really suck is if some judge says, "Okay."
yeah, because like I'm sorry, I want to see this movie too.
So suddenly what? I can't see this movie because I live in Canada.
Yep.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. But back in March, Warner Brothers Discovery and DC Comics filed for that dismissal of the initial lawsuit, saying that it failed on every ground,
Right.
which I believe they got done. And that goes back again to the lawsuit filed in January that showed foreign copyrights for the original Superman character and his story were
Yeah, yeah.
co-authored by Schuster and Siegel. And that's where they're, basing their whole thing. But, Schuster's estate claims that copyright provisions changed after the author's death. So, where this is going to go, I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, I hate to say, suck it, Joe Schuster's
Just
estate,
let it go.
but I'm sure.
But this came up in the last one that it's not even necessarily the estate as much as it's the lawyer.
Yeah.
Who stands to profit.
Yeah.
Heftily.
Like I know they didn't get like first props going out of the gate for it. Like they sold them for some ridiculously low amount, but they had no idea how big it would get. How could they?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
now it's crossed. Superman is like, I don't want to say public domain, but though he's part of the world, right?
He's part of the zeitgeist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no matter what lawsuit you do, you can't take that away. People know who Superman is.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. This next one, I don't know about this one, but apparently the new Rona commercial,
Rona, by the way, hardware chain here in Canada.
yeah, it has rubbed the wrong way the folks at the Donkey Sanctuary, because it portrays a half-ass. Literally,
I've seen these.
it's a donkey.
I've seen these.
Two
They're
legs.
hilarious.
Yeah. And the whole thing is like, you don't half-ass your construction, don't half-ass your plumbing. Nobody loves a half-ass. But they are saying,
How do we get away with swearing on television?
making it
Half-
a donkey.
Half ass.
It is quite literally a
Half
half
donkey.
of an ass.
Half ass. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I know my wife doesn't like this one because the donkey is so sad, and it's not the donkey's fault.
Sad donkey.
But he's a sad donkey puppet. He's not real.
Sad donkey.
The executive director of the Donkey Sanctuary of Canada, Janine Holman, couldn't believe her eyes when she saw Rona's new commercial, which follows several contractors complaining.
First of all, there's a donkey sanctuary in Canada.
It's a donkey sanctuary.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh,
But
but it's hard not to.
she said that it made her feel terrible, and her main concern was how it proliferates a stereotype that potentially is harmful to donkeys. How is a puppet harmful to donkeys? That's like saying the Kermit the Frog puppet is harmful
Harmful
to
to
frogs.
frogs.
It's not like this is a disabled donkey. They have literally removed the front half and
Like
just tacked the head onto the ass.
when we were talking about
the
this
ass.
earlier, and I read it, and I'm like, this lady needs to look up the definition of satire.
Yes.
Like, if you can't glean that from this,
Yeah.
shock and outrage.
Yeah. Communications lead Dale Galati agreed, saying that it is potentially damaging to the animals they care about. And is quoted as saying, they've taken a caricature of an animal, made it disabled, and turned it into a joke. So it's inaccurate, it's disrespectful, and for us, that a perception of donkeys as stupid is why some donkeys get here, because people treat them based on that misconception. No. If people are sending donkeys there, they shouldn't have had donkeys to
begin with.
Like-
yeah.
I'm sorry, a donkey is a donkey.
Yeah.
It's been a beast of burden for I don't know how many generations, but
I can't look after my emotional support donkey anymore.
yeah, you got to take it away.
It's got to go somewhere.
Yeah, but apparently the sanctuary is home to over 100 donkeys and hybrids,
Oh, nice.
and approximately 30% of the sanctuary are elderly donkeys. So is it just people don't want to take care of them anymore?
I don't know.
But I'm sorry, a Rona commercial is not going to sway my perception of a donkey.
No, and I don't think, first of all,
If you haven't seen the commercial, we did link to it in the show notes, so you can go give it a watch.
nowhere in my thought process did it ever occur to me that this was somehow depicting donkeys as being a stupid animal.
No.
You know, I get it that there are animals that are highly intelligent,
Yeah.
and I don't think of this as being any more or less of anything. It's a funny way to, it's a riff on the expression doing stuff half-assed.
Yeah, which is in contracting and construction
Absolutely.
since the beginning of time. But yeah, nobody likes a half-ass. Anyway, moving on, folks down in Coburg, just a stone's throw away from us.
Yeah, not too far from here.
The last 2 days might have seen some stuff going on. Murdoch Mysteries was back in town filming for the new season.
Nice.
Yeah,
They're all
So-
over the place, man.
they are. Folks around town might have caught a glimpse of the behind the scenes as the CBC Murdoch Mysteries returned to downtown Coburg on the 26th and 27th to film scenes for this upcoming season. The photos here are courtesy of the Downtown Coburg Facebook page. So
Oh, nice.
jump on there if you want to follow, because I'm assuming they will post should they come back
Mm-hmm.
if you want to go stargazing. But yeah, Canadian television right in the backyard.
Cool stuff, man.
Mm-hmm. But that does bring us to our final item.
Oh,
of the
no. Well, that's okay. I mean, it's got to end at some point,
It-
and that's okay. Because we'll be back next week.
We will be.
We will be back next week
Mhm.
because I'll be home from the convention and I'll be hopefully recovered by then. Yeah. So until then, though, it is that time again. Andy, you are out there in the aisles and you are hunting for all of us so we can save a few dollars with this week's toy hunting tip at Dollarama.
Well, first up this week, we have the Fortnite Victory Royale board rider sets. They're coming in at $4 at Dollarama.
What scale are these?
These are 6th scale. These actually work with Marvel Legends.
Sixth scale. Oh, 1/12 scale.
Oh, yes.
1/12
Sorry,
scale. Okay, yeah.
my bad,
Sixth,
my
I'm
bad.
like 12-inch scale? Whoa.
They're huge. No, 12 scale. But they regularly retail for $20.99 and up, depending on which version of the board you get.
Okay.
Now, I grabbed the snowboard one, and I've got a Silver Surfer riding it at home, and it looks pretty sweet.
You say snowboard, I see hoverboard.
That too, yeah.
That thing flies. I don't care what you say.
Well, they do come with a little display / flight stand, so
Are there foot pegs on
there
them?
are foot pegs on them.
Are they the 3.5 mil?
I believe so.
Oh,
My
that's
surfer guy
nice.
is locked in.
That's good. That's very good.
Yeah. So for $4, add a little bit of flair to your figures. So, and then the other thing that popped up this week, the Art of Overwatch hardcover Volume 2 for $5.
Not familiar with Overwatch. I don't video game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
haven't
then they've
played it.
got action figures and all sorts of stuff. But the regular retail on this is $89.99.
What?
Yeah, it's a hardcover coffee table book,
Oh,
and it's on sale right now on Amazon for $49. But
sure.
original cover price $90. So
Oh,
for
that's
$5, it's a steal.
That's an expensive book.
Hmm.
Man, that's nice.
Yeah. So
Wow, man. Thanks for putting that one together.
get out there and get you some deals.
Yeah, seriously. Don't forget Niagara Falls Comic Con this weekend, Friday. So just a couple days from now. So
We will not be in
if you
Sunday.
are in the Niagara Falls area over the weekend, if you are in fact attending the convention, I'll be there. Look for me. I'll be wearing this one or the red one. I'm easily spottable that way. I am hoping at some point I'll be able to get some footage for the show. Might even do a live loot haul at the end of each day.
Test out some new gear.
Yeah. Well, I do. I have some gear I got to test. I got some new mics I want to try out, and I got a stabilizer gimbal. So
Nice.
see if that works.
Oh, you're late to the show, but welcome.
Oh, good morning, sir. Good morning. Also,
Basil from Japan.
RonCon coming up here.
Couple
Oh my
short
gosh.
weeks.
We got Niagara to get through, and then it's the road to RonCon, and then RonCon itself,
Mhm.
June 14, 15, 16.
Yep.
And then we say goodbye to our international friends, and we send them on their way down to Augusta, Georgia for Joe Fest.
Mhm.
Sadly, we will not be attending, but
That's okay.
our friends will. So we will live through them vicariously.
Yes, we will.
Kay, have a great weekend. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Kay. Always a great show. Thank you for that.
Aw.
Very much appreciate that. I hope wherever you are, everything is good, that life is treating you well, and lots of happiness and health. And
Mhm.
as always, whatever your thing is, fan on, everybody. And remember, Back in Black series takes a break this weekend.
Yep.
The vote post. If you've been following Back in Black series, our Sunday night show, we look at Star Wars: The Black Series action figures, sometimes one wave at a time, sometimes two. This week,
Depending on release.
this week is a big show. I think last count, I think we're tackling 17 figures this week.
I believe so.
Sorry. On the next one, we're tackling 17 figures. So the Sunday after Niagara, that's when we're going to be doing that. But you can go to our social media
Any of them.
and you
Except
can
Twitch.
pick your favorite for the best figure of that episode, and then I'll have the results for you Sunday, June
Something.
the something when I get back.
Mhm.
But yeah, that post is up there now. Go vote. Tell your friends. Vote.
One
Like-
vote per platform too, so you can stack your votes.
Absolutely. That's how I do it.
Mhm.
All right, everybody. Until the next time, we will see you later for Fandom Power. My name is Wes.
I'm Andy.
See you in the next one, guys. Bye for now.